What is going on, everyone? It's me, Natsu here, and we're back with another Dokkan video. So, we do have some interesting missions here. New quest mode missions and STRL Vegito missions. So, if you take a look here, become a companion, basically awaken Vegito to LR. This, of course, the free-to-play STRLR Vegito. Right here, all or nothing, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegito. If we take a look here, courtesy of Air Dokkan, right here on the Dokkan info sites, we see that it starts here and then it ends here. It only lasts for a week until right as the Tanabata celebration essentially will start. It's pretty obvious what's happening. I already talked about this previously, but I will say that this upcoming celebration is Tanabata, and that's going to be Future Saga themed. We have new quest mode stages coming. What is going to be a character related to the story mode that you get from story mode that could easy A, that needs an easy A? This guy right here. And especially with these missions coming off for him, it's pretty much confirmed that this guy is finally going to be getting his easy A, which is very, very, very exciting, I think. That this guy is getting his easy A. This is a easy A that we've all been waiting for a very, very long time, right? This guy is just really, like, he was one of the best aging units in the game, I would say. I'd say, like, officially 100% when the 7th anniversary started, this guy, like, I think pre 7th anniversary, he was still, like, okay. Like, you could bring him in some of those, like, events, like, you know, even the GT Legendary Goku event, the guy worked in just fine, but even then, he wasn't really that great, right, or anything. He was okay, right? But now, I think with this 200% leader skill meta, he's officially dead. He's not on a 200% leader skill, so hopefully he maybe get one. That'd be really cool. Like, maybe if there's like a Time Traveler's Future Saga type of 200% leader skill, like, that could be interesting. Like, what if, like, yeah, what if, because most of the Future Saga units are on Time Travelers, based even the Dragon Ball Super arc, right? So we can get a 200% leader skill for this one. I think that'd be good, because Time Travelers actually hasn't got a new leader since Bojack, so I think it'd be good to see a new leader like that. But anyways, this guy's probably going to easy A. I think he'll be very powerful. The two current best free-to-play LR EZs we have right now is this Tech LR Ginyu and the Physical LR Ginyu, actually. Both of them are like 1 and 2, basically. I'd say it's very close between the two. I like the physical one slightly better, because I like the fact that he can give this effects. And in some situations, you can, you know, find options to put him in the first line, have him give this, right? But then I would say, you know, and on total, that gives him more defense. He has a higher defensive stat than the Tech LR Ginyu, so I think he's more tankier than the Tech LR Ginyu. But this Ginyu does give a much bigger support type passive. And again, he's still pretty good with his greatly raising attack and defense on both supers. So if he gets a double super, he could very much rival this guy. But I think they're both pretty good. I didn't even click that, but that's why I kind of designed this Vegito Blue with a little bit of them in mind, right? Obviously, he is a different type of unit, I think, than these guys. These guys are more like floating supports. I think this guy could be on rotation acts to do some damage once he gets his easy A, right? But let's take a look at what I gave him. There's this I kept in mind as well, but again, let's take a look at what I gave him. And yeah, so this is my concept for the STRLR Vegito Blue. I made his leader skill super class key through 120% to stats. Just a general leader skill, just because this guy is supposed to be meant for you to use, right? Once you clear story mode for free-to-play players, right? And if you take a look here, is there another? Yeah, I can bring him up right here. If you take a look here, like, we have the version Z Goku, which is like intended for new players as well. But I think that, you know, the STRLR Vegito Blue is intended for, like, you know, more mid-game players, right? Maybe you have some leader skills already, but it'd be useful to get a leader that's, you know, a good 120%, even 130% is possible. Where is he at? Am I blind? There he is. But like, you see, this guy's all types leader like that. Even if it's just super class, maybe they can make it all types. I think they could possibly change it to all types. But it doesn't really matter for us endgame players, because most of the people watching may be more endgame players, right? But I think it is nice to focus on the leader skill, so just because people may find use in that leader skill, right? You never know, right? When I was free to play and I was using this guy back in the day, I think using him as leader sometimes is pretty solid, right? Nothing great because he already came out 2018, right? And we had like the category meta going on, but it's useful, right? If you didn't have like, you know, Int Vegito at the time. But yeah. His 12 key super attack, I kept it the same, raising attack and defense causes colossal damage. I think the only thing you could add to this is like a stun chance maybe, but I think this is good enough of an ability. You don't really need anything more than this. His ultra super attack greatly raises attack for 1 turn, causing mega colossal. I added 2 things to this, so I have now greatly raised attack and defense for 1 turn, so that way that you could still get a defense raise and those shorter content events where you can't stack up, right? Causes mega colossal damage, and then I give him this, disable the attacked enemy's action. If you're not aware what this ability is, it's essentially the ability that a lot of characters have been getting nowadays, but it's the ability that the 7th anniversary LRs introduced here. So I could bring up LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and then the LR Gods right here, right? So when they're transformed, they get this ability. Disables enemy action once within a turn. What this does is this disables the next enemy attack, right? So let's say, you know, you have 1 attack after the second slot, right? I feel like a lot of people understand that. You have 1 attack like in the second slot. That happens so much in like difficult content, right? If you 18 key super attack that enemy that's attacking, you basically stop that attack. That attack does not happen. Even if it's not like a stun, because even if they can nullify stun or anything like that, it basically just destroys that attack specifically, so they can't attack. Like if that was a super attack and you hit them with this, then they don't super attack you, right? Because the attack's gone. Same thing with the gods, right? Disable the enemy attacks for 1 turn. I think it's nice. You know, we have been getting a good amount of units that have that specific ability. Like the Goku and Piccolo, they just came out on the global version, right? The Piccolo has the disabled enemy action. And then the special beam can, and I believe also disables an enemy action. So that's pretty good. I don't think anyone else really has it at the top of my head, disable enemy actions. It's not something they've been throwing out at these units, right? But I mean, I can see this guy having something like that. That could be cool. Disable enemy actions, right? Just to give something extra to free-to-play options. That'd be really nice. So obviously his passive skill is the biggest thing here. Just to read it out, his old passive skill was 80% attack and defense, and then raises ki up to 10, less HP remaining the greater the ki boost. So now I gave him attack and defense plus 150%, and then another 50% attack when performing an ultra super. I think this could possibly be changed to 100% or higher, right? But 50% I think will do for now. His attack stat is not that bad, 19k. That's pretty good attack stat, and his defense is really high, so that's going to be good. I gave him damage reduction up to 100% and raises ki up to 10%. The less HP remaining, the greater the stat boost. So how this works is that the lower HP you're at, the higher damage reduction is at the start of turn, obviously. So if you take a look here, so right here he would have at 100% HP, he'd get 2 ki, 80% he gets 6, 66, 48, and 20% he gets 10, right? That's basically the thing for him. But now this would change, right? So it would basically be at 100% HP, he has at least the 20% damage reduction, I'd say, right? Just to match with it. 40% damage reduction here. You know, maybe they could change it so that it's like more flexible. So like under 80% you get 20% damage reduction. Under 70% you get 30%. 40% you get 60%. Maybe this could be like even a smaller number, like 50%, and then you get it more often across it. But I think him having damage reduction would be really cool. Just because superclass units don't usually get damage reduction like that, and I think that damage reduction would be really helpful for him. I think this can be an interesting concept. Like you enter the turn at a very low HP, and this guy's like 80% damage reduction. I think that could be really good. And just an extra thing because he's already a stacking unit. So he doesn't really even need that much damage reduction on average. So even if you enter the turn like at 70% HP or something like that or under, you have like 30% damage reduction with his stack and defense, and say he's around like, I don't know, like 300, 400k defense stacked up at the end of the event. That could be pretty good with the 30% damage reduction, because that's like end game like AGL Golden Frieza, the LR one that we just got. So yeah. He does perform an additional attack which has a medium chance to become a super. I just gave him that just so he gets stacked better. And all these Vegitos have that. Then finally, I gave him an extra support buff right here. Fused fighters or Future Saga category allies key 3 and 40% defense, right? So I give him obviously Future Saga because that category is going to be buffed pretty soon. I think it's going to get a lot of units with it. And then Fuse Fighters, just because the other team you probably would run him on is the Fuse Fighters team. Beyond Super Saiyan could work too, but I think he may be more in line with like the Fuse Fighters team, because I think that even on Beyond Super Saiyan, there's a lot of, you know, fusion units, right? Like, you know, the leader themselves, they're on the fusion category team, right? You want to be buffing like God Goku and stuff, so you could argue maybe he should be a Realm of God support instead over Fuse Fighters or something, right? But it doesn't really matter, right? I think either one is fine. It could just be it could also just be in general super class, right? But I think that, you know, if you're gonna run him the Future Saga team, there's probably is gonna be a good amount of extreme class units. So I don't know. I think there's a ton of way you could really design this guy. He's very, very much a clean slate, I'd say. There's like, you can't really predict what this guy is going to do. So this is more so what I would like him to do, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, let me know what you guys think of my design, how you guys would change things up, what you guys want from the Vegito Blue concepts. And if you liked the video, of course, feel free to go ahead and like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, I'd say. And of course, I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.